Welcome back to DJ Barry Show, the number one dying podcast. Wait, what was the last word?
In the world, yes. That's
Wow.
important.
In the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got a lovely intro from, hold on, let me get this right. Judah. Hold on. Chrichlow.
Wait, say it one more time.
Chrichlow.
Yeah, that's right.
I
that's
said
right.
the first, I said it.
It started a little off the first
I
time
said
you
Church.
said it.
I said Chrichlow, but it's actually Chrichlow.
Chrichlow.
The R and the I mix up because I've been watching your page so long that it's CHIR.
So, like, the spelling of my name is really interesting because no other Chrichlow is spelled that way. So, I'm not sure if one of my grandfathers made a mistake on a birth paper somewhere along the line and added a H after the C because nobody else spells it like that. So, once it's spelled
Also,
like
normally
that,
doesn't have an H.
yeah, it normally doesn't. So, once it's spelled like that, I know that that person is related to me in some way. So I guess it's good for that.
Like it's actually like a thing. Like no one else is spelled like that.
No, and there's actually an alley in Barbados called Critchlow's Alley, and it's spelled exactly like that. So I'm like, maybe I need to take a trip to Barbados and see what this is about. Maybe I have land in Barbados, or maybe
He was there before.
Was that?
Did he live there before?
My dad's grandfather is from Barbados, I believe. Yeah.
And that's the side they got the name from.
Yeah.
No, I just had to ask. Some people might have been like, well, duh. But I know of one guy where his dad took
his mom's
the
name.
mom's name. So that's why I
That
just asked for
is-
confirmation.
What was the reasoning behind that, though?
I didn't ask, but he had a cool last name.
Well, I guess that's why.
I think it was
'Cause
like
it's
Jackman
cool.
or something. I was like,
That's
that's a
probably
cool.
the cooler last name.
Yeah, in my head, I was like, if you had the cooler last name, I don't
Yeah,
mind.
I definitely need to change my last name because everybody misspells it. Because they always spell it without the first H. Because that's not
Oh, well,
usually how it's
I
spelled.
wouldn't. I haven't seen another one, so I wouldn't think that there's another way to spell it.
They spell it Crichlow or Critchlow. That's the two that I would have seen, yeah.
Okay, well, that's nice to know. Hold on. I'm not trying to sneak in any notes right now.
Dun, dun, dun.
How have you been? Like, how have you, I guess, for lockdown specifically? I want to get more into the graphic design because that's like, I guess, the cash cow.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
guess.
the younger people say.
How have I been?
We've never asked that. Yeah. I only
Um,
asked because I know we like spoke here and there.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, okay, so how have I been for lockdown? So, well, I moved out earlier this year. So that was like, so prior to that, were we talking about this lockdown or like since like the beginning? Okay, because I know we were locked down.
Was there like other ones?
No, you remember we locked down and then we opened back up. We had like beaches and then we locked back down and.
Oh. No, I was just talking about the whole general,
I mean, things might never
the
go
general
back to normal.
experience.
Just, I don't know what stage we're in right now, because technically,
We're in like, what month we're in?
We're in August.
We're in like phase 17.
something. Yeah, so at the start of lockdown, I was kind of in denial for most of it because I'm like, okay, this thing is not going to reach to Trinidad. And I feel like a lot of people and a lot of Trinis thought they know it wasn't going to make it this far. And then
I think
got
most people
here.
were thinking 4 months.
4 months until we got out of the pandemic.
Well, before it was considered a pandemic.
4 months until things just kind of died
Yeah,
down
before it was like,
and-
4
oh,
months.
that was just like a dream.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then 4 months in into years.
Yeah, years. So actually it wasn't even 4 months because actually yeah, it was because it would have been January when it kind of started spreading a bit more.
Yeah, and we
And
ignored it for
then-
carnival.
We had Carnival February and then March.
March.
All right, at the end of March, right before my birthday, right? I was planning to have a jolly time because the year before that I would have rented out a like an Airbnb, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing this year. And then bam, lockdown. So this is my first lockdown. I can't do anything. Literally the only place that I could go is the grocery. Right? And this was when like the lines for the groceries were really long because everybody were
Ridiculous.
buying all the toilet paper. Right?
I still do not
I don't
understand.
understand. Like what the lady said, wash your bottom. Like wash your bottom. Anyways, so yeah, and then it's like I couldn't even go to the grocery because they had like this long line and the sun was hot, and I was just like, I'm
Mhm.
not doing this, right?
Yeah.
So I picked up my sister from work, and I think no restaurants were open, but they only had takeaway.
Mm-hmm.
So I ordered pizza, and that was my birthday. And then, the weeks progressed, and I'm just like, okay, this is, when is this going to end? And living at home, I didn't have like my own room, so it was a bit difficult. Like, I mean, you're locked at home, and I didn't really have
Your own space.
So I was like, okay, when is this going to end? And usually I would go to Starbucks to do work. So it's like I can't even go to Starbucks or like go by a friend's house or just go somewhere different to get like a change of scenery.
Yeah.
So it started to play a toll on me, and in terms of like my client work, it wouldn't have, well, it did slow down.
Mhm.
But then my event clients work, well, that would have been gone
Get a
because
new one
nobody
from
have any events. In terms of like my other clients, I would have had like a couple corporate clients. So whereas their business would have slowed down, they still had to, keep things going and try to, I guess, restructure based on the current situations. So
Mhm.
that was that, and then I started illustrating a bit more. So that's when I was like, okay, let me sit down and think about how best to utilize this time, because I mean everybody is going through the same thing.
Mhm.
Everybody is locked away at home, so how am I going to utilize this and make something out of it? Because I feel like at that point in time everybody had that mindset of, okay, how am I going to utilize this time? Like, I'm just home.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I had my iPad. I was like, I'm going to learn how to use Procreate, and I'm going to start like being more consistent with illustrating and just kind of like developing a style for myself, because I felt like before I didn't know what my style was in
Mhm.
terms of colors, in terms of treatment. I just didn't know. So I was like, okay, let's explore. I did like a couple Skillshare courses. That was actually a birthday gift. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be home anyway, so let me just Skillshare
Yeah.
binge.
Makes
I was
sense.
binge watching Skillshare courses.
It's for the month. Is it like a monthly subscription?
No, it's for
Or
like
it's
the.
per course.
It's for.
I have something to say.
Sure.
No, it was more like a you know how YouTubers always be like, oh yeah, check out my Skillshare.
Actually, I have a link. 2 weeks free.
You?
Yeah, like once you have a
No,
Skillshare.
and you come here. What was that? No, some more YouTubers are like, oh yeah, I have a link. Check out my link for Skillshare, and you
Yeah.
get 2 months free.
Yeah.
But it's like, no.
I thought it was a monthly subscription and you have.
No one.
Holy. So Judas cut his hair.
And she's
and,
trying to.
she
She's
just did
trying to
a
see
big
what's going
jump.
on.
No, but I was talking about the YouTubers say use my link and you get 2 months free.
Yeah, 2 months.
That's at the
free.
time when it was 2 months free. I was like, even if I don't use your link, I get 2
You
months
get
free
2
anyway.
Yeah, you get 2 months.
It's just when
anyway.
I put in my credit card, now you're gonna get money,
Basically, yeah.
and that's it. I just found that funny. I was
Yeah,
like,
so I could give like two. At the start, I could have given 2 months, and now it's 2 weeks. I'm like,
Yeah, they
oh,
really cut
damn
down on it.
y'all. Yeah,
because it's like they did that as like to get people
to
in,
get people inside.
and once they get you in, it's like, yeah,
Yeah, but honestly, like, so it's a yearly subscription. I don't know. I think they have a
Monthly.
subscription, but I pay for the year, so it's like a year.
nah, it's always better to pay for the year. It's just to
Yeah.
have the money there.
It's like 600 TT for the year, and you get access to everything, all the courses.
Why did I feel like it was worse than
It was. It's not like, honestly, you could pay for it for the year and just like you have access to it for 365 days. That's really good.
600?
600. Yeah, it's like 99 US or something like that. So around like about 700.
Adobe? Oh well, so whenever you start it, you're locked in for the year. So the 10 something a month is technically a yearly price.
Okay.
So it you're booked in for a year, but you're not paying the whole year one time. You're paying the year in
Monthly.
parts,
Okay.
in monthly installments. But like if I started January and I want to cut it in March, then I have to pay like a $20 cancellation fee.
Okay.
So
But I
that's the
think-
only thing. But I was
Or that's why I was telling my weights though.
yeah,
Cards.
that was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you? I guess was graphic design something you always wanted to
Wanted
do,
to
or
do.
was it
Nope.
what did you want to do before graphic design?
Honestly, okay. So back in my childhood days, I wanted to be a cashier because I
Huh?
just liked pressing keys.
I
I've always wanted to tell somebody this and like get their reaction.
You mean like the price?
I liked like punching the buttons.
Oh.
Right? So I was
Yeah, it don't
like-
work like that no more.
Well, exactly, right? So now you have like touchscreens or whatever. But
Not even that, but like it could be like a regular keyboard. It's not as fun.
well, I had like a mini cat.
I
like
say
a
that because
cash
I do that at the
register and
pharmacy.
stuff.
I feel like people know, but
They
that's what I
have,
do.
like- Yeah, but I don't know. I just like pressing the keys, right? Which makes sense because I do graphic design in a way, right?
Yeah.
So after I realized, like, I don't actually want to be a cashier.
Yeah, that's not it.
Yeah, I
Don't
was
get me wrong. If
like-
you're happy doing it, then that's your thing.
I
but
would not have been happy, and I
I'm
have
good.
to interact with too many people, right?
it gets draining,
Yeah, so I'm
especially
like,
when you
okay.
have a day of like bad person after bad person. It's like, yo, I want to go home.
Yeah, and my mood is kind of sometimes I just wake up and I just not on it, just not on people in. So if I'm a cashier, I can't avoid that. I have to people.
This is
So,
me all the time.
Yeah, so I relate.
So after I get up in the morning, I get ready, and I'm like, sometimes I'm like fine. It's like, oh yeah, nice
Yeah.
start to the day. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's like, oh, people today, boy.
People today. You had to
No,
people.
boy, dog, boy. I
That's
don't
me
know
when
about
I
that
have
one.
like meetings, but it's online meetings. So like it's
I
still
love
not-
no,
it's
I
still
love
not
a
bad.
meeting, but something about just cashing is not it. I don't know,
It's just
because you still have to
interacting
give
with
good
people.
customer service in a meeting.
You have to put on a mask. It doesn't matter like the way that you're feeling. You just have to go through. It doesn't matter what the customer is doing because I mean, that's your job.
Yeah, it's not fun.
So it's
I'm trying to
like-
leave.
Yeah, I could imagine.
I'm looking for a sugar mama.
I'll see if I find one for you.
Oh, I thought you was going to tell me you would have been.
I can't be a sugar mom if I'm looking for a sugar daddy.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
What if we do like a package deal of like sugar babies? Cause that's what it's called, when you're like, if I'm looking for a sugar mama, I would be a sugar baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how?
So you would be a sugar baby.
Right, but I don't want to have to give sugar, and that's always the problem.
Okay, so about cashing.
Right, so I wanted to be okay, so after I decided, okay, this is really not for me, then I was always into arts and craft because my mom, she would have done arts and craft and encouraged us to be artistic. So I would have done like painting and coloring. I always had art supplies around me. So when I went into secondary school, art was one of my favorite subjects, and big up Miss Bristol. But
Did we speak? Hold on, did we speak about the restrictiveness of like art in school?
it is very restrictive.
Because I don't know if I saw someone's story, but I like my brain can't process you telling me
What you have to do.
to create something from my brain, and then you
In the confines of.
Like, how do you
like you
grade it?
confining my creations.
Yeah, it is very restricting, and even like the criteria, or what if I just want to paint something because that's how I feel in the moment, but no, I have to justify everything, or I have to go based on your guidelines. Like create a Caribbean. One of my, I think I did graphic design and painting.
And it's weird because
for-
you're kind of doing that now anyway, right?
yeah, but like
But
at
like-
at that stage, I don't think it should be like that. Like
But they're more depending on you, but there's still certain things that you have to put in there. Like
yeah.
there's still like a criteria, or like we need these colors, we want this,
Yeah,
whatever,
I
but just
guess.
make it look nice.
Yeah, but then like for CXC, how do you grade it? And like,
I don't know.
It's so you don't know. You really don't.
Listen,
know,
let
like,
me tell
what
you,
the secret
I
is
knew
to
it was
spell.
messed up when I saw Buddy bring a sculpture to school and fail.
I got a 2 in
I was
art.
like, this not even making sense. No one else brought a sculpture.
And he failed.
You took your time.
I don't know. I don't know how they grade it. And then even like the fact that they send all these paintings or all the art pieces
ship
to
it out? How
Barbados, right?
Okay.
And you have to pray that they bring it back. So that painting that I have there, I prayed that they brought
Okay.
it back because you have to pay for it, and you're still not sure if you're gonna get it back.
You have
And
to pay to
that's
ship
another
it?
thing. You have to pay for them to ship it back, and you're not sure if they're gonna send back everything. I only got back 2 of my paintings, and I sent across. I had to do like 6 pieces or something to send across. So, yeah, it's I mean, art is fun in school, but it's not completely necessary. And I feel like a lot of people who come out of school and pursue artistic career paths, they feel like they missed out something from not doing art in school. But honestly, you don't really miss out on anything. Because, I mean, I feel like I would have had a lot more fun doing art outside of school than being in the restraints of, okay, this is what you have to do. You have to follow all of these guidelines and that kind of thing. And you can still build your artistic skills. So, yeah. Yeah, so
So that's how you got into graphic design?
No.
Oh.
So, I realized I was into art, and I actually wanted to do architecture at first. And I studied physics. I did that, like, outside of St. Francois, because I went to St. Francois. And I was just like, I hate this subject. I was just like, this is so boring. I didn't study. Yeah, I didn't study for the exam. This is like for Jan exams.
I hated
or
sciences.
something. I did integrated science, and that was fun because we had to do a science. But
Well, that was.
yeah,
But
like
when they
pure
started to split it
sciences,
up
yeah,
into
no.
physics, chem, bio, I was
Yeah. Especially chem. Like chem is just.
I was not
no.
having it.
Yeah, so I didn't like physics.
Oh,
I,
I
didn't study
just got
for
like
the
a bad
exam.
memory.
Of
Jeez,
what?
when you said chem, do I
Chem was
even
my
say
least
this?
favorite. Yeah,
Alright,
sure.
my chem teacher was very weird. Like he was very
I feel like all schools have a weird
No.
chem teacher.
but so there were 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's one who's real cool, he's like real informative, he teaches well.
Right.
And that was the class that passed with flying colors. Then there's the other one who like he says like you know he's talking, but you don't know what is coming out his mouth, and you're like, sir, could you explain this again? And
Who
he's
is your
like, he'll go
teacher?
through it again. I don't call his name.
But how, no, I asked, how is he a teacher? If
I don't even know. The people that passed were the ones that got lessons and like,
Yeah.
or like they
I
were
think that's
really.
so
But he
sad
was
that,
like-
after you go to school, you still have to go to lessons. Like, you should be able to teach me everything. If I go for lessons, it's because, like, I feel like I want to learn something extra, not because you are not a good teacher. That's my view.
No, but that class was something because it had one day he was sick, and then the other teacher came in and the class literally felt like they learned, and they were like, sir, I never understood this before. And then he was like, how y'all now learning this? Like, what? And the guy was like weirdly touchy, and it's like an all boys school.
I remember
And it's
my
like,
history
yo,
teacher,
what are you on? We're just trying to get work done.
and my history
Like, he'll
teacher
come
had
up on you and be
9.5
like,
fingers.
oh, so how you working on there? I'm like,
He used to
what?
rub your back? Like your
Not
shoulder?
me, but like he would like touch your shoulder, and it was very
No,
it was him and your other sister who did IT. Hated that one. I didn't say hate the
No.
woman, but it was like their classes like I didn't feel like I learned anything. I was like, this is just not it.
I know what you mean. Yeah, like I was going to choose Spanish for CSEC, and in my school we have, well, a lot of people would gravitate to the French teachers. So
Your
when
school had the mandatory subjects.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
We had a
we
mandatory.
had to do lit. Tell me why? Why are you making me do lit? How is lit helping me in my life today?
No, but you
How?
did you have a language mandatory?
We had to do lit. We had to do a language. We had to do a science.
I knew this is what I told Scott. So we recorded. We talked to I talked to Scott,
Yeah.
and he was saying that other schools were mandatory to do lit and something else. I was like, not other schools, only girls' schools. It's mandatory to do lit.
Why you
and a language.
asking me to do lit?
The guys, the guys' schools were like, yo, we don't.
And we didn't even have TD, and I wanted to do TD.
TD was cool,
I really
but my
wanted
teacher
to do
was cool. That was the
TD.
only thing.
I don't want like I didn't see
If I could have,
I know it because it's like I'm so sorry.
if I got graded for failing, I would have failed TD so good.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, I sat in that
Wait,
class.
can you repeat that?
Let me tell you,
Can you repeat that?
if they could have graded like failing, I would have done it with
You would've
flying
passed
colors.
You'd have passed on the scale of failing.
Yes, because I sat there, and TD was like where all the boys were. So I was like, oh yeah, like the TD. So I went in.
And it was
I mean, I
like,
bought the stuff,
hell.
and I was like, I did the work to an extent. But something that I just didn't remember, and I also realized that exams is not for me. Like I could
Okay.
know all the work,
You
but as
walk-
soon as
Pressure
no,
by exam,
I don't even know what it is.
circumstance of an exam,
It could be the most. The exam could be worth 2%. From the time you say start, I'm like, what is the date today?
How did you make it this far? Because I know like you have to do a lot of exams to
Where?
make it through school and like
Think you still go to school?
The COSTAATT? The COSTAAT?
so you're just not on the school thing anymore.
Wait, the COSTAAT?
Oh no, I mean I didn't.
No, I'm asking if you're talking
specifically
about
mean- I didn't
specifically
specific-
COSTAAT.
No, not specifically.
Because I'm not going back. Like, I'm not going back. My lecturer messaged me. Is like, yeah, so we getting ready for next semester. I'm like, no, we're not getting ready. You
Wait,
get ready.
how far along were you?
don't ask that.
I would like to
Because
know.
that is just pressure to finish.
No, I would still like to know.
It's like, I had like a year.
That,
This is like bachelor's.
No, I was in my associates.
So, okay, well that's fine. No, I thought it was bachelor's.
You sounded like Trey Rags. No, you finish. No, you finish.
Honestly, in times like this, I could see why you're just not on school.
No.
But just like in
I wasn't on
general.
it before.
but is the pressure from outside?
No. It was more like I told myself I wanted a reason to leave because I didn't want to
And the
leave
pandemic was
for no reason. So I said two things need to happen. I needed a reason to leave, and I also needed to get a job. Pandemic and job came at the same time. So I was like, oh,
Fair enough, okay. Well, that's a good enough reason.
that's
No,
a
I
great
agree.
reason.
I agree.
Never going back.
I agree. And then
I would rather struggle, I guess, working and find my way there than for me to, like, I just felt like I was going to school, spending 3 hours at a time for a class because it's 3 hours a class for some
Yeah.
reason. Right? So say I have 3 classes a week, that's 9 hours, and then we double it in that time because you have to do research, you have other things to
I
do,
was full-time,
you have
so it was
group
five-
projects. So
five
even if I was doing
classes.
part-time, it's still full-time because you're still like, anytime I go home, it's just books are beaten.
Yeah, and then the
I had to be
part-time
talking about
classes
group
are
projects.
also
Oh yeah, did you
sometimes
do your
during the
part?
day and stuff, which makes no sense. So
It
yeah.
makes no sense. I'm like, this is not making any sense at all. Like, I'm just
I
not.
feel like I had like my year group or like I don't even know what to call it, but
I feel like you had a
we
cool
had,
year,
we had
but
like,
your teachers were cool. If I did graphic
Yeah.
design with Miss whoever her name was, and
Julie,
Julie
Ranji.
and Ranji,
I actually
He's
went to
great.
school with Ranji. Like we had classes together,
that don't
and
make
now
any
he's
sense.
teaching, which is so cool. It not making sense to you?
I want to put 2 and 2 together, but I don't want to.
He was a student, but he was already a graphic designer.
No, I was trying to put 2 and 2 together for your age.
Oh, I'm young.
Yeah, okay. He didn't say a number. I thought she was gonna be like, oh yeah, well I'm
I'm
XYZ.
24.
And
I'm
then-
24. But Ranji is like in his 30s, probably like close.
So
to
how you went to
40.
school together? He was like a lot above you.
No, we went to COSTAATT together.
Oh.
I'm like, why?
No,
Why is this?
I was thinking
such a-
secondary school.
I'm like, why is this?
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Oh my gosh! Oh my
Sorry,
God.
I didn't hear that part.
Oh my God.
That's why I was thinking that. I didn't hear that part.
Like, why is it such a surprise that we went to school together?
Because who said probably together? I was like,
Okay. Fun fact: I was homeschooled, so I was never in primary school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so my first school setting would have been St. Francois and then COSTAATT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the St. Francois part. I
Now
got
you
this
know.
I completely blanked.
Now
I
you
feel bad.
know. Yeah.
So, did we even finish this?
What
we
were
still
we
like
talking
halfway
about?
through.
on how you got into
Graphic design. This story went all over the
Yeah,
place.
yeah, yeah.
Right. So
He wanted to do architecture.
Right, architecture.
Saint Francois
and
didn't
then
have Saint
Saint
Francois
Francois-
did not have architecture.
Saint Francois did not have TD. They didn't have
Did- well,
TD.
They have
Yeah,
two types of TD actually, mechanical.
we didn't
and-
have either.
Yeah, okay. TD on a whole.
Yeah. And in terms of physics, I did that like an extra subject outside of school. I hated it. Didn't study for the exam. Got like a 3. And we had career day at St. Francois. And Julie, which is the COSTAATT lecturer, she actually came to COSTAATT as one of... came to St. Francois as one of the representatives from COSTAATT. And I just walked up to the booth and I was like, hey, I want to learn more about your graphic design program. And she's very... like her energy, she's always like upbeat. She's like, yeah, you came to the right place. And I was just like, okay, I like this vibe, you know.
Yeah.
And keep that same energy. So I was like, okay, I'll actually consider going to COSTAATT. And then like I would have heard along with everybody else a lot of negative things about COSTAATT, you know. Yeah, and you apply for COSTAATT and you know you're there forever, and it's like, okay, let me hear.
No, it just had like a joke. I guess it's not really like a joke. It was just we were having a class and the lecturer came in and she was like, one of our students died, right? No, but
My
the guy
gosh.
was like super. He wasn't like old, but he was older,
Right.
and he had like one
This was like-
semester to finish to get his
he was
degree.
in journalism.
I think so.
I
It was like an
remember
older
him. I
guy.
remember him.
And then one of the students cracked a joke and was like, you see,
Oh my
COSTAATT is
God,
really taking it to your grave, yes?
No.
And everybody bust
No.
out laughing. And I was like, is this the time?
That
Oh,
is
man.
so heartless. Oh my gosh. But it's for some people, I would say it depends on your degree. But my degree, I'm like graphic design. Once you, Miss Mitchell is nice. Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
She just like disrespected girl from the whole class.
That's just how she is.
Mainly because she was like complaining about like something real basic of like they had to go somewhere to get the research, like a very specific place to get papers. And she's like, Miss, I don't have this, and this. And she's like, girl, you don't have like students with like all these diseases and they still finding their way here. If you need money, just let me know. I'll give you my own money to travel. I was like, you're making a good point.
Yeah.
It's just
The way she-
at
the
that
way she
point
says
I
it.
liked her. I was like, yeah, I like
Yeah,
this
she
one.
doesn't sugarcoat. Yeah, she doesn't sugarcoat anything. But yeah. What was I saying?
You went up to the booth.
Right, Julie. I was like, yeah, keep that same energy. And she ended up being my advisor when I went to COSTAATT. And I was just like, okay, it's off to a good start. And, after hearing all the negative things about, like, how long I would spend at COSTAATT, that was obviously one of my concerns. I
Mhm.
spoke to her about it. And she's like, no, like, if you do all the courses that you're supposed to do, in the semesters that you're supposed to do it,
You'll
the
finish
amount,
in
like, you will
an appropriate
finish,
time,
right?
yeah.
And that was what I did. I just follow. I did 5 courses a semester, which was heavy, but if you're a full-time student, that's what you have to do.
Mhm.
And then in short semesters, you do 2 courses. Short semester is basically double. You work in half the time. So that's why it's called
That
short
sound like
semester.
UE, summer.
Yeah,
summers,
yeah. So it's like, that would have been like me doing 4 courses because it felt like
Mhm.
double the work, right?
And
so
how much months would that?
it was,
2 months?
yeah, like 2 months. Yeah. Like 3, 4, yeah, like
Okay.
16 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
They give you like 2 weeks before the semester starts.
Oh, okay.
So like 2 months, and then you get like 3 rest after.
Because why I ask is I almost had to do over a subject.
Right.
UE give me 0 on my final paper for an exam last semester. And I was
A
like,
0.
ain't no way, bro. Ain't no.
A 0.
I asked my friend. I know you're not
0
supposed.
and
I know you're
nothing.
not supposed to do this, but when I saw my mark, I asked my friend, "Let me see your paper," because ain't no way, no
And
way.
then you have to pay to query stuff in UE.
Well, that's the thing, right? So I see my friend's answers. I'm like, no way, no way I could get 0 on this paper. So I was like, X, Y, and Z. I have 0 for this exam. He's like, what? Like, these people did not mark my paper.
Yeah, could
No way.
never. How you could get 0?
So when I emailed,
For your name?
I being honest, I basically emailed
Yeah.
10 different people our first email, exam council, they was like, no, check us back next exam season. I'm like,
Next exam season. So I'm gonna have a big fat zero on my
man, they
transcript.
send me a list of, I don't know if it's like counselors to email. Man, I message everybody. I in engineering, I message people, social science,
That would have been me too.
agriculture, law, engineering. Man, everybody got email.
That would have been me
The person
too.
that was supposed to email, they emailed me back and was like, oh yeah, I'm not in the office. Email someone else. I'm like, nah.
Oh, this run around?
And they were coming back the last day for payment
Yeah.
to register. So I was like,
What we gonna do?
I was like, what we going to do? Email my advisor. And everybody got email anyway. And I got it sorted out, so I didn't have to do it over. But then I saw that they were doing, the course is supposed to take 3 months, but they were doing a 3-month course in 1 month. And I'm just saying like, oh, they ain't going to kill me today.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yep. So you had like, instead of having one class a week, you could have it like what, 3
No,
times?
it was 2 classes a week,
2 classes.
but it was, one was on a Saturday. And
Saturday classes. Whew.
One class was, I think, 4 hours long, 4 or 4.5 hours long. And I went to that one class, and my boy take maybe a 10-minute break for that 4 hours. I'm like, this man roasting.
And what course was this?
This is taxation. This is a
Oh
year
my
3 course.
gosh. 4 hours of taxation.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And then Saturday I had to show up at 12 o'clock
No.
for a 1.5 or 1 hour or 2 hour class. I can't remember exactly.
No.
But when I saw that I got a B or a B plus, I can't remember the exact grade, but I saw a B.
You was happy.
Man, I went and dropped that course so fast. I kid you not. I opened up, I saw the grade, I clicked duplicate, unregister. No, it was like online drop or whatever.
This was what do you call it? What do you call the online it's not
E-class?
e-classroom. Is it e-class? No, e-classroom is different from COSTAATT has another name for it. E-class is the other thing with all the online
It's a nice
classes.
secure area.
Yeah. Right.
I think they use the same thing,
one,
just look
same
different.
platform. Same platform. Okay. But it is. It's like you could be looking so much better.
You know what
on
is
the screen.
upset me, right? You have a whole school and you're training these young people. You can't
You
say,
can't get
boy,
better websites.
all you work on a little work on a little project for the semester. Work on a little project for the semester.
And
Fix
then
this
they wanna
website.
know
What
why
would
we
you-
having a brain drain. Make it make sense.
It's disgusting to look at.
Mm-hmm.
That's one company in the States.
Right, I know the mileage.
Right, MyLinen is a company in the States, and then in My Secure area is another place, I think, in Australia, because we had to do that for what class that was? Information systems.
I know
Well, I'm
too
doing-
many programmers.
I'm
for
doing
us
an
to have
engineering
this-
degree, so we have.
No.
I kind of all over the place. I'm being honest.
Speaking of that, I need a contact for one. My dad asked me about
Programmer?
My dad asked me about
Okay.
something, and I was like, I could ask somebody, and I never saw them online because I just know them through like a Discord.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, well then I'll figure something out. So
Okay.
this just worked out.
Yeah. For sure. I'll get that
Did
contact.
we even talk about how she got into graphic design? We
never got to there.
We never got there.
Julie. And then I started going to COSTAATT. And then between like the first and second semester, Julie and Spicer, both of them would have encouraged the students saying,
Who's
start
Spicer?
freelancing. That's another. So Julie is like my school mom and Spicer is like my school dad. His name is David Spicer.
Is that the guy with the beard?
With like long locks. Long grey locks.
Locks? No, I
Yeah.
don't know the guy with the locks.
I'll show you a picture, but you probably don't know him.
I know there's the guy with the long hair with a beard. And he has like a very nice, deepish kind of voice.
Oh, that is Roddy Batcher Singh.
Yes, him.
Yeah.
I thought that's who Spicer was.
Nah,
Oh,
Spicer
my bad.
is a kind of, he's mixed with Chinese, I guess.
Yes, about the thing before we
But yeah,
before we
right. And then So they would have encouraged the students to, start freelancing because graphic design is something that,
From the early?
yeah, so graphic design is something that you don't necessarily need a degree for. A degree helps, but it's not necessary.
Has anyone asked you about your degree for work?
I never use my,
No, I'm just asking if anybody asked.
no, like
About knowledge.
I never had to show anybody my certificate.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
I do, like, I think it's in a bag somewhere. Like, I could probably hang it up. Yeah, I'll probably hang it up because that would be like the only purpose it's serving right now.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, so I would have started freelancing within like, I would say, my second year, not second semester.
So third semester.
1, 2, like fourth. I would say like
Oh yeah,
in
there's
December.
3
3
semesters.
semesters, two long and a short semester. Two
Right, but
regular
then
and then a short
At some point it
semester.
became 2, right?
But mandatory too.
Mandatory is 2. I would have always
Or
done
the 2
3.
short would be summer?
No, it's 1 short semester. 2 long, so September to December, then January to
The short semester.
May or whatever.
No,
and
no,
then-
no. I'm just saying at some point I felt like it became
I have no idea.
2 semesters
have been
because I
after
just
me.
remember like a bunch of school, long break, short
And then-
semester.
I feel like that would have, I don't know. I don't
But
remember
yeah.
that. Yeah,
So
so,
the
I would have started in my second year, which would have been my 4th semester.
Okay, and how was that like? I guess reaching out to people, or how did that journey start?
So my first private job would have been a t-shirt design.
Why you say private job?
What do you mean? Okay.
You said
so
private job. It just I don't know.
Okay, meaning my first freelance job. So before that, I would have been a work study at COSTAATT. So Spicer would have recommended me to the IT department, and they were looking for a graphic designer. So COSTAATT has like a work study program where you could like work from different departments. You get like a stipend, which is $800 for the month, and you work in different. You didn't know this?
My lecturers don't like me.
I
I mean,
mean,
they
that-
have good reason to not like me because I come in their class, I sit down, and I'm on my phone.
Well, then yeah.
But it's kind of weird because I'm sitting down on my phone, but I'm still absorbing all of the information
But then
anyway.
they don't know that. They probably.
I
just
know they
like-
don't know that, but it's like I didn't fail. The only thing I failed was Spanish, and I don't know why.
Did I do Spanish? That wasn't mandatory.
can't
It
get
was
back
it was
into
either
school.
Spanish or
French
History.
or religion or something.
history. Trinidad and Tobago history, I think. I think I
Yeah.
did history. Anyways, so right, so that was my first private job. That's why I say like my first freelance job,
Through
private
COSTAATT.
job. No, my first. Well, that would have been work study for like a couple of months. That would have been after I would have started work study after I finished my associates.
Mm-hmm.
So I did my internship at Lonsdale. So after you finish your associates, you do an internship at like a agency. Or like-
I know people always talk about internships and stuff.
Yeah, so
Even with like the
that
news
is actually
places.
really beneficial, and I'm gonna tell you why later down in
No,
the
I
story.
would think so.
Yeah. Well, I'll get to that part of the story. Yeah.
Okay.
But so I would have started after internship at Lonsdale, and then worked at COSTAATT as a work study for, I would say, from like March or April until like the end of that year. And then I would have done my first t-shirt design, and I charge $400 for it, right? And I'm just like, I work study for a whole month and making $800, and I could do one t-shirt design and make $400. This not making any sense to me,
Everybody has had that realization.
right? So
I did that too one time. I'm like, you telling me I could touch down for an hour and make 4 to 5,
and
and I
wo-
can pick up and drop home?
that's what I'm saying.
Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. So it wasn't
But
making
then I end up
any
in a
sense.
pharmacy, so that's I didn't work out too well.
Damn.
we refocusing right now.
We focusing.
We
on
re-
me.
Yeah, we
okay.
refocusing, we pivoting, and we take any failed and the information that we had before that failed, and the results that we got from it,
Internalizing.
internalize, work on a
and you
game
move
plan,
on.
and come back again.
That's how I mean, once you're aware of it, that's important.
No, I'm telling you, after a certain time, if somebody come like, I can only take how much for this thing for so long.
Yeah.
It gets to you.
Understandable. So yeah.
Also, random story. People always come in the store every single day. Like, let's say you come for cigarettes. Like, you're a hard smoker. I see you every day. Yeah, let me get a pack of this. It's empty, sir. You come here every day. You know where it is.
You ask.
And you still saying you want this.
Probably thought you just didn't restock. How
Where
you mean?
am I supposed to pull it from?
He thought you didn't restock as well. He's being hopeful.
Yeah, so the jury, we're gonna, yeah.
Yeah, it could be very long. It could be like a part 1 and part 2 even.
Could be, yeah. No, it's never part 1 and part 2. It's usually long. Man, get to the story, right?
So, first freelance. So, right, I was like, this not making any sense to me, right? So, I worked at COSTAATT as a work study for maybe like 1 or 2 months after that. And I told them, I was just like, my freelance work is picking up. And it was picking up.
How did it pick up? Were you reaching out to
Because-
people?
So,
Asking for myself.
no, well,
Because the pocket little.
well, exactly what you are doing, which is literally
Oh.
just posting work and
I just
sharing
showing
work. People are shoelace.
Shut up.
Even,
Listen,
even,
my shoelace went through today, so I had to buy
you
one.
are
right?
the one. You are the one making me go off track. I just let
Okay,
you
my
know, right? So, what was I saying, man?
Oh no, I was asking
Freelance work was
how was the
picking up.
freelance work picking up?
Right. So after I did the t-shirt design, it would have been like people in my immediate circle that just knew I was doing graphic design, and then they would have asked me to do a few things, and then I would have posted that, and then
Did you have contracts before?
at that point, no, it
Okay.
was just like one-off jobs.
You have one now, right? I assume.
Yes,
You smile, so I'm scared.
I have a few.
Okay.
Wow.
I know some people don't, and I'm like, I always.
No, it's good to have contracts because it's
No, listen, I know.
more stable.
I
yeah.
had a run around that I'm never doing
That's
again.
the thing, is like who you get into contracts with is important, and how stable they are as
No, I didn't have a contract, so there was no like. I didn't have
at
one.
that point I didn't have contracts.
But
It
now the
was-
contract looking cute.
that's
she looking
good.
sexy.
Contracts, even if
She
you don't have a
looking
contract, you have to
good.
have like a disclaimer at the bottom of your invoice saying something. So at least you know, okay, you pay a down payment or like something. So if you don't have a contract, people that don't have any disclaimer under the invoice or the quotations, they just messing with themselves, because we're gonna fall back on
What are you talking about?
your contract template.
Which one, the new one?
Well,
I have a graphic
Well, the
design.
one that looking cute, obviously.
I have a graphic design one, and then I have a photography one. The photography one is not as nice. But yeah, get into
Yeah.
your.
So, right, and then whatever.
I was just asking how the jobs came because I was like, sometimes I feel like I'm doing things. I'm like,
you just have to keep doing. So then,
yeah.
same thing that you're doing, just posting all the
yeah,
time.
just keep posting.
Man, get off me.
I just
Get off me.
He was reiterating what I was saying. And then, and then in my bachelor year, we had a project called, I don't remember the exact name, but social media something, where we had to use social media. Well, the major project was to use social media to promote something. So it could have been like a business idea or a cause or something. That's nice.
I
or
added that red
something.
thing by accident and it looked cool.
No, it's
so
cool.
I was
the
like,
touch
okay,
of colour
I'll
is
keep it.
nice. Yeah, so I lose my train of thought really fast.
I know, because she was so cute,
My
right?
God.
She was so sexy.
And you are the one that keeps making me lose my train of thought.
the social media thing.
Social media project.
That's what he said for.
Thank you very much. Right, so in this project, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do illustrations. So this
Mhm.
was before I had my iPad. I had a Wacom tablet,
Okay.
and I also had a trackpad and a mouse. So
Mhm.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna do illustrations. And what I did was like the Magnificent Seven. Well, some of them. So I did QRC.
Mhm.
I did Stonemeyer, Castle.
So basically the cliche ones. All the ones that everyone
Yeah.
knows.
Right. So, that was intentional,
Mhm.
because I knew that doing stuff that, and this is something I have to know with social media. Once you do stuff that people could relate to, it's gonna spread a lot faster.
Yeah.
So, I did QRC.
Yeah.
QRC men
Can't
love
miss it.
QRC,
Yeah.
right? So even if it's QRC men alone that share my artwork, I will get through, right? It gonna get shared, and then so I would have posted this on Twitter,
Mhm.
and I use Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as my 3 platforms, but I realized like although Facebook and Instagram was the 2 platforms that I would have mainly been using for the project, Twitter was the platform that really got me more exposure because of how organic it is. So
Mhm.
Instagram you have the algorithm, Facebook you have an algorithm, but Twitter, well yeah, because it's on my Facebook. But Twitter is a lot more organic in terms of how it's shared and who would see
Yeah.
it on their timeline and that kind of thing.
Mhm.
So the QRC one got really popular. Stallmeyer one, I did like this kind of sci-fi Twin Towers one.
Okay.
I'll show you them after. And then, or maybe, I don't know if you've seen them. No?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, I'll show you after. And then Caesar's Army would have DM'd me on Twitter, and I was like, hold up.
You told me,
Caesar's
but
Army.
I don't have a face to the name.
Caesar's Army.
No, I'm not talking about Caesar himself.
Oh,
Talking about
that's the army fat people.
Yeah, Caesar's
Yeah.
Army. Jules
Julius
Sobian.
Caesar.
Yeah, you told
His
me
name
about
is
him.
Jules Sobian.
Isn't that Julius?
His name is Jules Sobian. Julius Caesar. That is kind of like his.
I thought that was his name
No, his name is Jules.
because, and it's not my fault this time. One of my coworkers, they were like, "Do you know who that is?" I'm like, "No, I don't." She's like,
They
you know
said
Caesar's-
Julius.
"He said Julius," and I was
Well,
like,
because
"Oh,
that's
okay."
kind of
Well, that
what he
makes.
goes by, but that's not his name.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of
I
like
thought that was his
it's
name.
kind of like voice.
No,
is
well,
not
they
his
said it like,
name.
"Oh yeah, that was his name." I was like,
Nah,
"Oh,
that's not his name. But I mean, I could
Interesting
understand
name, but
why
okay.
He would go by Julius, but his name is Jules Sobian.
oh, okay."
Yeah. So Caesar's Army, but yeah. So one of their workers,
No, you
one of
talk.
their employees
I
would
was-
have. Oh, what do you want to interject? What do you want to
No,
interject?
I was
and
just
say?
saying because I saw how you did it, and it was the people, it was women, right, or people.
Oh, you're
dancing.
talking about the
I don't know which one that
the
was.
army. That would have been like one of the last things I did for
That's
them
a part
in
of the same thing,
2020. Yeah. Well, I would have worked with them for like a few years leading up to that.
So the camo, imagine like camo,
But like ladies
the
whining.
camo is not camo. The camo is ladies whining. It looks so good.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
Yeah. Actually, I was supposed to get I was supposed to get one of the masks and I never got it. I'm just like I never saw my creation because I
Nice.
didn't go to Bacchanal Road and that was the
Oh.
event that they used it at.
Okay,
So I
okay.
was like ways. But right, so I started working with them and that gave me a lot of work in my portfolio that I could share
Share
and
to others.
post and that
Okay.
kind of thing. Yeah, so I would have done like some event flyers for them and that kind of
Mhm.
thing. And
Oh wow. Oh wow. Wow.
yeah, I would
Oh.
have done some event flyers and shared that on my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And then it's really just exposing yourself. And yeah, it's one thing to have the opportunity to work with a company, but posting relatable things and things that people could relate to. I think that's the first step to like getting your foot in the door and like people kind of knowing who you are, because people didn't know who I was before. I was just somebody on Twitter, and then I started posting illustrations and people was like, oh, okay, so she does illustrations, she's a graphic designer, that kind of thing. So it's
Ah.
really just like getting people.
Associating your name with a particular.
Yeah. And then came the people who wanted free work. And I'm just like, you found me.
You never did free work at all?
Let me see.
Just to like get the opportunity to say, oh, okay, I work with this person because of.
I'm thinking. I don't think I really did any free work. I would charge. I
You
would
did
have
for
charged,
photography? Or no?
I would have charged like a little, but I don't think I remember doing free work. And if I did, it would have been like because I wanted to do it.
Well, yeah.
And not like a company, but I would say like a friend wants to get something done and I would do it. But it's not like a company could approach me and say, okay.
No, if it's a company coming to me, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna
Free is what is free getting me in today's day and age? In any day and age, nothing.
Well, as I seen today, I feel like they ask you for like very short notice. And like, oh
They
yeah,
ask
we
for
need
short
something in like
notice.
3 days
Yeah, so
or
that's
for
what
tomorrow.
that's
So
what
it's like,
that's
oh
what
yeah, well.
that would happen. So they wouldn't come asking for free work.
So
but
then
the
it's like, I feel like I
deadlines-
have to charge you something.
Yeah, so the deadlines would be really ridiculous sometimes. Like a lady messaged me the other day. She wanted to get like a storybook design, and it's like, oh, I need it for yesterday.
What?
I have to do all these illustrations from scratch. I have to develop characters, develop backgrounds, everything. But you need it by yesterday. Like illustration is the most important part in the storybook. How is it that you need it by yesterday?
Also, the album that you were talking about,
Album.
you said you recommended me for someone,
Right.
For
Did they
an
reach out to
album.
you? It's an album
Is it a-
cover.
musician.
Yeah.
No, because someone else messaged me about a book cover, and I was
No,
like,
that's not that was my
That's
recommendation.
not- that's
it
not
was
you.
it was an album cover that, and I sent them your
Somehow-
Instagram.
Okay, well, no one asked me about that one for sure.
Hmm.
But somehow I thought the book cover was you, and I was like, oh, okay, Judah. I guess she mixed up album cover with book cover, or did I
Oh,
read it
well,
wrong? And
well,
I was like,
that-
okay, sure.
Well, that's good.
But the thing is, I don't do illustrations.
Right.
I do like
Graphics.
other, yeah.
And that's
So
the
what
thing, like,
happened was-
illustration is very niche.
No, but let me tell you what I did. I still submitted something, but I was like, I have a friend, his name is Jordan, he does illustration. I was like, he has like his tablet. And I was like, hey, so they approached me for this. You just draw up whatever they told me to draw, and whatever work I get from it, I'm sending it straight to you because
And
I am
this
not
is, and that's
drawing
basically you
anything.
outsourcing work. That's basically you outsourcing work, which is good. So
So I was like, hey, let me just finesse this and see if it'll work out. Cool. If not, then
honestly,
we didn't lose anything. We tried.
Yeah, like once
And
you
I thought that
could-
was through you. So, oh man, no, it's not as fun.
honestly, like once you could get what you need, get it together.
Nah, I
it
can get
doesn't-
things done
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
doesn't matter, and that's good that you're thinking in that way and thinking about outsourcing and stuff. 'Cause that's
No,
good.
but sometimes people are like, people ask me about things that I can't do, and I'm like, I can get it done. It's like, but are you gonna do it? I'm like, I can get it done. It's like, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be quality. And then, but they're forcing the,
You.
are you specifically going to
This
do it?
is my
Because,
problem. This is the problem that I have as
And I'm
well.
like, yo, it's gonna get
it's gonna
done.
get done.
Like, if it looks better than anybody, it's me. Because I said I'm
Like,
gonna
it has
get this
to
done.
Go through you. You have to approve it. That kind
Yeah.
of thing. Like that's my problem. So like clients
But
will
like
come
2
to
or 3
me-
times, I'm like, yo, I feel like I lost the job because of that.
Yeah, like
It's
if
like,
you don't,
no,
if I and the thing
I
is
can't
with
do it,
me,
but I can get it done.
it would mean it would. It's like okay, if I don't have time to do it, and I know somebody else that could do it. Like it's literally not me saying I can't do it. I just don't have time, but I'm trying to accommodate you.
Yeah.
But if you're saying that no, I want to work with you, then you're just defeating the whole purpose. Cause it's like
It's
I
about
don't
getting the
have
job
time,
done.
you know. So yeah, I understand that because a lot of people would have told me, start outsourcing work, but it's like not all clients want their work outsourced,
Outsourced.
and it's very sensitive in terms of the work that you do for a client if they want somebody else to work on that project as well. Some of the information is very confidential and you have to sign NDAs and stuff, so it's not to say you could just you can't do that. Yeah, so a lot of people don't understand that because everybody, you don't have time, just outsource. It's not literally not that simple.
No. Because they had involved them in the contract too, and they had to be okay with it because they have to send it to them, and then they have to sign it and be like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of moving parts.
It is, and a lot of people don't understand. So where did I reach in my story? I feel like you kind of got the gist of how I started.
Yeah, because you also talked about like how you got into doing work for people.
Yeah.
Because I guess, so you didn't like advertise at all?
Well, social media.
Is that through Muse? Is that through Muse or is that through?
Muse came last year. Muse was like a
Ah.
quarantine. Muse would have been Trinidad Illustrated, which would have been the Instagram page that I used when I did the social media project, and I just kind of rebranded it.
I don't know what Muse is.
Let me show you. I'll just.
I
pull up
follow
my
you on
Instagram
Twitter,
page.
but I don't think I'm following you.
Let me
on-
show you.
Instagram?
Muse.
I
this
should-
way. Nope.
Oh.
So like if you scroll all the way down.
It's people's. I look at.
Oh, I don't follow this one.
Really? You're missing out.
I did before.
Okay.
Yeah, so this would have been like this is would have been the currency one, and then
I think I've seen this just floating around.
yeah, so it would have like it got a lot of shares and retweets. Even this athlete, I think it's Dion Lendo.
Dion
from-
Lego.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
something.
he would have messaged me to ask like if he could get printed and framed and that kind of thing. I'm like, that's pretty cool. So it's really just like finding things that people could relate to. If you
Yeah.
decide to do a QRC design and you make it real, people
Yeah,
gonna share.
QRC man, go eat
They're
it up.
going to share because that's QRC. That is the college. So
Yeah.
it's really thinking about it along those lines. And after Caesar's
Oh,
Army.
this go crazy. I like this one.
Which one is that?
Oh,
Yeah, so that's the
man.
kind of sci-fi one I was talking about. The Twin Towers. Yeah. After Caesar's Army, then Tribe
Yeah, I might need to get this.
would have
Physical. No, I ain't
Prince.
gonna hold it.
Prince. Well, I was actually thinking about doing prints for some of them, but like on request because I don't know what people want printed.
No, but you
Yeah.
see, the thing with
So-
me is if me as a man, if I have this, I don't know what it is.
You know what? Nobody else to have it. Well, I mean,
I know what I know exactly. It's exactly that.
that's funny. Well, I mean, nobody else asked for it printed, so you would be the only
Oh,
one
don't worry
to
about
have
which
it.
one I ask you about.
Yeah.
Unless you're paying to print all. I think, man. Anyways, proceed.
Yeah. So then Tribe would have reached out to me, and that's how it is. Like, once you get, it's kind of like a domino effect, I would say, where it's really one big pool of everybody that knows each other.
Yeah, I was telling someone about that. Because my same friend I was talking about with the agency, the flipped backwards agents. I think I understand, but I still don't understand.
It's like an agency instead of models.
It's
There's photographers
and stylists.
and stylists, so the models would go to there
I do.
and they recommend people.
That's weird.
Yeah,
I don't really
that's
understand
what
the
it is. It's like
concept too
it's like a
much.
modeling agency,
If
but
you
flip
have-
backwards.
Is it working out though, friend?
I don't know. My friend
Huh.
just told me about it. I was
Okay.
like, I think I understand, but I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Where was I?
Yeah.
All right, but I told them I found it a bit unnecessary because from where we fall, right, it sort of have like an unspoken community that you don't have to have a whole business, so to say, to
Yeah,
say,
you
hey,
just
this
need
is where
to
everybody
do-
is.
Right people need to know you, and it's not really about you knowing certain people. It's about who knows you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I say all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like I know everybody, but nobody know me.
Right.
you
but-
feel
and
like I
it's
be
still
wo-
good to know everybody, yeah?
Yeah, just in
Because-
case it's like you see me how I saw Josiah and I see like other
Right.
people partially, so I'm like, hey, I've seen you,
Yeah.
love your work, you know, like a real simple thing, and then maybe later we bounce up again.
Yeah.
They have a good experience of me.
Yeah, I actually did that with I don't know if you know Nicholas Huggins.
No,
You don't? Oh, he's another illustrator, a really good illustrator, and local illustrator. Let's see, Nicholas Huggins. He does work for Cass. He did the alphabet series with the buildings and stuff.
okay, now I'm lost. I know who the Alphabet series is.
That's the guy.
Oh,
Yeah. So
okay, I'm gonna show you a guy. You could talk,
Oh, yeah,
but I'm just
people-
gonna show you
people
a guy
like
who he
him.
reminds me of.
people like him, I would have met him at there's this design group called Design Objective, and they used to have like these sessions, and he was there. Oh, okay, yeah, I see the series of lots. But he was there, and I just like introduced myself to him. I was like, hey, I know your work. I really like your work. And he's like, hi, yeah, I know you. Like, I've seen your work before. And I was just like,
me?
you've seen, and
You
he's
know
like,
me?
I really like your work. And I'm just like, me? And I've been looking at his work as inspiration, because when I started doing my illustrations, he would have been like the only other local illustrator that I knew. So I'm like, like, you know my work, man. Yeah, and then like we would have like bounce up a few more times and just like chat a few times and that kind of thing. And it's really just like, I guess, making people aware that hey, I'm here as well. And people are very approachable, okay?
Yeah, once you come at them the right way.
Well, yeah, and I mean, like, social media has made it a lot easier to interact with and network with people. So even if you never meet them in person, I've real people I never meet in person, and I've worked with them, and it's like because of social media, it's just because of like engaging with people. As I said, like being relatable, posting stuff that you think people would engage in, and just putting yourself out there. Um, so that would have been how Tribe would have found me, because one of the guys that worked with Tribe, they were looking for a graphic designer. And then you know how like sometimes when they say, hey, graphic designer on the TL, and then like people would recommend a certain graphic designer. So that started
Yeah.
happening to me a lot more after me posting illustration. So that's another thing. Just like, as I said, like making people aware of, hey, I exist, you know, I
Yeah.
produce good work, like I'm available,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And yeah, it just goes from there.
I think now is an appropriate time to ask, do you have or have you ever had an experience with a problem client? No? You don't think so?
That is not the time.
What is the time? What is the time?
Has it? Oh, shit.
When would be a good time?
So funny.
Has it been an hour?
No, it's
not an
5
hour.
minutes.
I thought I was pocket watching time.
Go ahead.
No, well, ask about it then. Ask about it. And then we'll, you know what pocket watching time is, right?
Yeah, that's what you've been doing.
Huh?
So you're not paying attention at all.
What do you mean?
Okay.
You didn't know-
define what you think pocket watching.
What do you think pocket watching time is?
What do you?
No,
what
what
is
do
pocket
you
watching to
think
you?
Pocket
Because
watching
I'm
time
like-
is.
I'm like, you've been watching the time.
No, that's not what pocket watching time is. This is pocket watching time. You know what this is?
Moolah.
Moolah. Bread.
So how much
Cheese.
money would you have made in an hour?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't make any money at all.
No, okay, so if you had to charge to do an event, how would you, like, what would you charge for
I-
the hour?
It's flexible.
It depends on the type of event, that kind of thing.
More like, I can answer that. That's his.
I don't do events. That's the thing. Like, I haven't done.
It's like,
So you don't have like an hourly rate then?
No, not necessarily.
is it more like per picture, amount of picture?
It's more like by the amount of pictures you want.
Hmm.
So it could easily be like 100 an image, and then obviously my time for being there. So it's like 300 plus 100 an image. If you want 82 images, I might drop it
Okay.
down to like a little $80 an image or something. Just
And
for like,
that's the next thing too. Like in terms of pricing, it's tricky to price certain things in the creative
Yeah.
industry. There's so many ways to price things. So it's like,
you know,
that's the rain, man.
I don't know. It's just a thing.
It,
Oh well, then I guess it's fine.
well, it was always sounding like it was raining then, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, so you could charge by, I guess, the service that you're providing, as in like, as you said, like pictures and stuff, or you could charge by the hour. I think it's good to have an hourly rate as well, because you never know when you might actually need it.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to at least,
You should
Um,
move
or-
the window.
you're trying to pull it, you have to pull it down from like on top because it's locked. It's like
That's okay.
it's like two clicks, yeah, and then pull it down, yeah. Yeah, so I think it's good. I don't know what it would be for photography. I guess you could ask other photographers.
Yeah, well, I know some people do like if it's events, it's like 300 or 400 an hour.
An hour, yeah.
And in my head, I was
It's
like,
a lot.
that made no sense to me, because the people I like got into the events with,
Mm-hmm.
it was like, oh yeah, this is the budget, which was like a 400 something, and I was like, sure, I guess this is like my first one, and I didn't really do much events, so I
Yeah.
didn't.
I don't
didn't really-
know. It really depends on. I don't know. It's
So you have like
tricky.
an hourly rate now, or do you do like per project?
I have both. because of the type of work that I do, some clients would. So I have like my hourly rate is 150 an hour.
Your hourly rate is 150.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is
I'm
what.
feeling so poor. They're
that
not
is
paying
what-
me at the pharmacy.
Well,
Nah, don't worry, I'll get out. I just like to complain.
yeah, but the thing is, it depends on the industry and the type of work
Yeah,
that
yeah, I
you do,
know.
and
I just like to
so-
complain, so don't ever take me serious.
What you doing, girl? Yeah. So, what were we talking about before pocket watching time?
No, we're still on it.
No, you were gonna ask the question.
No,
though.
no, stop trying to avoid it. We're still
What I meant
no, we're still on pocket watching time.
of pocket watching time. I thought that you were just supposed to be watching the time.
No, I was just asking you about like hourly rates and pricing
Oh,
and
yeah. Well,
what was
our
early Judah pricing like,
early Judah? My
or was it so high that it hasn't really changed that much?
in terms
Or
of
was
my
it like-
hourly rate hasn't changed, but in
Huh?
terms of like my clients, I don't really the clients that I have, I don't charge them hourly anymore because we have that kind of relationship. As
Is
in,
a
like,
retainer type of thing, so it's monthly.
Yeah, so the work, if I charge by the hour, I make less. So I just like, this
Okay.
ain't making no sense to me. So we need to have like a
Or because you work fast.
I could work fast. So like if I'm under pressure, the type of work that I would do under pressure, if I didn't have the pressure, I wouldn't get done. So she's like, okay, that's enough. She probably realized that you were like kind of the vibe. But yeah, so I have retainers, more retainers than hourly, but some of them would have started off as hourly rates.
Okay.
And
Can
then
you talk about who you work with? Because I know of two.
Which is it too,
I know Unqueue is one,
right?
and I know Nestle is one.
Right.
Because you posted the and some car. Is it Hyundai or
Yeah.
Hyundai?
Hyundai.
They told you it's Hyundai.
Well, I don't even know. Honda. It's actually Hyundai, yeah. Because there's Honda
Yeah,
and the other one
Hyundai.
is Hyundai, yeah.
I know of those three because you
But
posted them.
that is like, some of them is like through...
I think Unqueue is like in my head, Unqueue is a monthly. You're always with them.
Unqueue's monthly.
Maybe Nestle too, I don't know.
Nestle used to be hourly, now it's monthly. And then it's usually around
it's
the
per
same
project.
amount. Yeah, so per art piece.
Also, it's like up to a certain amount, then you get paid this, and if it's more,
So I have like I would have sent him like packages, like social media packages, where like if you need like 5 graphics, 8 graphics, whatever.
$9,000.
I don't remember because like the prices would vary depending on the clients as well. So I don't remember the price I gave him, but it was suited to what he wanted. So that's also something that you could do. Like
I
you
think
don't have
that
to
was
have.
$9,000.
No, I wish.
Joking.
I wish. Whew. But yeah, I was gonna say something, but I don't think I should say it on
It's up to you.
yeah, not while it's recorded.
Okay.
And then
She gonna
besides
bust us with
that,
something after, and we go on faint. Prep yourself.
and then besides that, well, those would be my main ones actually. I kind of scaled down in terms of the
How many people do you work with?
Yeah, because
But
it
it's higher
started
paying.
becoming a lot to juggle
That is
projects.
That is
So
always.
that's the goal. That's what we're trying to get to. Like,
That's what I think about too, because I'm like, I love photography as much as the best guy in the like in the country, but it's like
a lot
I don't really want to be working every single day doing a shoot, coming home, edit. That makes no
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
I would rather 3-4 clients, shoot with them for the month, and then I get paid monthly.
That's
Like
the goal.
it's so much more fun.
It's more fun. It's more stable.
And then obviously you could do like your little personal projects there if you want to. And
Yeah.
that's really what's
So that
been
is
helping
that's
out
the
a
good
bit.
thing about like contract work, because you could it gives you a bit more freedom in terms of what you could do as your side projects, because you have stability of, okay, I'm going to make this particular amount every month, and then it's easier to budget. It's easier to just, you feel a lot more comfortable when you get that. But then it's like, remember, contract work is still not like permanent.
Permanent. They could kind of say, oh, yeah, we don't want
Yeah.
this month.
So it's in terms of the freelance world, it is the best option, but obviously freelance is still freelance.
Yeah.
So you still have to be able to, like, if you have more than one contract running at the same time, you have to please all of these people. You have to meet all of these deadlines.
Okay.
So that is.
Oh yes, because
that.
I was watching a small like page and I was like, this is
Yeah, but I would be doing. It's actually not gonna change in terms of the look of it. I just taken over, so it's gonna look the same.
so what would you be doing? Like just posting?
I'll be doing the graphics for them to post, but it's not gonna look any different in terms
No,
of
no, but I think it was small too, but like
on Facebook.
a little while ago the graphics were not good. Like it was
I don't know. I don't know.
how long have you been working with them?
I just started. But what I'm saying is the
Oh yeah,
look of
everything
it is
before
not
you was
gonna
just
change.
terrible. Like it was just disgusting. Nah, but there was a certain point. I think it's when the page like now started.
Well, yeah,
Because I think they
improved
just
based on-
started like Instagram up or whatever.
Yeah, and then now starting to post a bit more on Facebook.
Yeah. So like when I was now starting, I was like, what is this? And I'm seeing ads. Like I'm like, but y'all have like 3 posts. Why am I seeing this? It doesn't look good.
Yeah, I think they're doing a lot better now. They're trying to do a bit better,
Yeah.
and they have a lot coming up.
That's probably my thing.
So-
My thing was probably just to like reach out to brands and be like, what is that? What did we say? We said silent phones. Oh.
It's not silent. Damn.
I said my thing is like probably I'm gonna try to like reach out to brands and be like, hey,
Yeah.
like work for the month and like, you know, organize that because I guess doing more solo jobs with people, everybody's pocket is different. Your pocket gonna be different to mine, it's gonna be different to his own.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like not like I can't depend on for like
Smaller
pay.
jobs.
I guess corporate jobs is I guess where it's at a
It
little bit.
is. It honestly it is
Slightly.
because it's
You just don't have the freedom
um
as much. I specifically for photography, I think.
well yeah, that's the thing. So if you're working as like contract work with people, is not really what you want to do. You have
No, but
less creative freedom sometimes.
I was just saying that I could do the contract work and I could also still take some
freelance, yeah, outside
outside stuff that I'll be like,
yeah,
But it's not fully reliant on that.
On that.
outside work.
yeah. But me
basically.
living at the end of the month is not reliant on, oh yeah, did I book enough portrait
Yeah.
shoots this
Or
month?
hoping that you get enough shoots for the month
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Any more questions on this topic?
No, I think that was it. You had something because you were trying to take the mic.
It's just the problematic clients. I like
Problematic
asking about.
clients.
I like hearing about people
Oh.
who's caused a problem, and you're just like, man, never again.
Yeah, I one comes to mind right now. She wanted to get a logo done. First of all, I'm not sure if somebody recommended her to me or if she just like found my Instagram page.
yeah.
But she messaged me on, I think she WhatsApped me, and we spoke. She talked about like what she wanted. She sent examples of what she liked and what she didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
And when I sent her an option, which to me was like a really good option, like she didn't use it, but I have it in my portfolio because I'm just like, this logo is lit, right? But what she wanted was something that was really, and she made the down payment, so she paid half.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what she sent me, she wanted something that was looking like clip art.
Okay.
And I'm just like, I couldn't bring myself to do it because one thing, like I can't drop my standard. I literally can't. I can't do something that feels like it's below my standard. So I had to explain to her, I'm like, this is not really my style of design. Like I don't produce designs like this. So I wouldn't be able to help you in that regard because I'm just like, it was hard for me to think clip art when like I'm accustomed to like actually creating logos. So she had some kind of problem with it. She's like, oh, but you're a graphic designer, I thought you could do it. And I'm just like, yeah. And I'm just like,
I won't
Another
be
thing
happy
is
if I
that-
submit this.
I wouldn't. And then another thing is that some clients come with you expecting that you as a graphic designer could do everything. and it's just like it don't work like that.
Nah,
Like
I
I
do very
have
specific
certain
things.
and I have certain strong points and certain things that I would prefer to do over others. So why doing this girl? Yeah. So I like she was upset and I was just like, okay, I'm just going to transfer back your deposit to you. So no money wasted on your side, all the time wasted on my side. And she's like, yeah, I would find somebody else to do it. I was like, I hope you do, because like I couldn't even recommend anybody to her because I don't like the designers that I know, like that's not their quality either. So it's like I literally can't help her. Let me see if I can think about any others. I had another client, and this is actually a client that I would have worked with for a while. I don't want to mention who it is, but he wanted to get a design done. He messaged me, I think it was on a Sunday night, to get a design for Monday.
Oh, okay.
This would have been a design that he needed completed by Monday, approved to send to China for them to get it printed and shipped back to Trinidad. This would have been at the beginning of the year, and I'm just like, why is he even doing this? Like, we have COVID, like things going on shut down. He really like is it even going to work out? So he wanted to get printed, and the I had to send him a message. This would have been the Monday, and I was like, no, after I told him the price and I gave him a rush fee, I was like, this is the price of the design and this is the rush fee.
3,000.
He was like, I think the rush fee was 250 or something.
not bad.
Yeah, and
And
he
the thing
was
was what?
like 500.
That's not bad. For a
Right.
t-shirt that you're gonna print like.
It wasn't a t-shirt, it was
Oh.
like a flag.
Oh,
kind
they
of
said
thing.
something to print it. And I was thinking
It
of
was the-
jerseys. That's
no.
where my brain is always at. With
It was like a
I think in jerseys.
like a flag, one of the crew flag kind of thing.
No, I just saying. I think in
Oh,
jerseys.
okay. Well, I mean, that's understandable. But yeah, so I told him the price and the rush fee, and he was like, he doesn't understand why I have to charge him a rush fee
Okay.
because we have a long-standing relationship, and he thought that I would be able to understand. And I'm like, first of all, you messaged me on a Sunday night, right? Why you messaging me on a Sunday night, right? You know that I work Monday to Friday. If I'm working on a Sunday, it's because I choose to work on a Sunday, and not because you given me projects to do on a Sunday, right? So, and then I was like, you can't tell me that we have a long-standing relationship, so I supposed to understand. She's in the shower probably. You can't tell me that we have a long-standing relationship and I am supposed to be understanding because you come to me last minute to get something and upset that I decide to charge a rush fee. It wasn't making any sense to me. And he was trying to like come at me based on like what the previous designer would have done, and I'm just like, this is not making any sense to me. I'm just like, I can't continue working with you if this is what's gonna happen. Like, the previous designer had issues with him as well. Like, that was my friend. Like, we spoke about it and like we had the same issues.
Okay.
So I'm like, kid, you are just trying to cause problems. And the way that he was moving was like, he was my most important client. He was paying me the most, and I'm just like, you're not even my highest paid client right now. And
Answer that next question.
The age-old question without giving specifics.
what was the question?
What
I did.
No.
you can buy?
What could you buy, right? I don't want with no, but this is more one project, like one
Like one
P.
invoice?
The most amount of one invoice, right? What could you buy?
I would say a bike.
That don't help nobody. Speaking, you mean I can go in Port of Spain and pick up a bike for free? What you talking about?
Okay, let me see. What else?
That people would know the prices of.
No, not
A motor?
Let me see. Hold on. I would say like an AirPods Pro.
AirPods Pro?
No, the price of that.
Nah, I know the price. Wait, what?
That's 250.
That's at one time.
That is that it would fluctuate based on like the amounts of work that I did. That wasn't like a retainer. That was more like how much I've
No, I'm just talking about one project.
Oh,
The biggest that you've gotten from
Well-
one thing.
from him. Yeah, but sometimes.
No, not from him.
Or from. Oh, okay.
Any-
okay.
no, but-
or
no,
from
you talking
any
about him.
job.
From your
Oh.
biggest,
Oh,
your
okay.
biggest
Okay.
one-time payment
Okay.
cannot be some AirPods.
I would say.
Can you buy it?
We could buy at that price, boy.
She's on just again scared.
No, it's just like things could range so much.
There's universal things.
Nah.
I could buy 5 baseline iPhones.
What's the price of a baseline iPhone?
It's like a band. Us.
So like 10 baseline iPhones.
Huh?
Wait, hold up.
You said that's talking about US, huh?
I am talking.
An iPhone is like 1,000 US.
1,000 US.
Yeah, that was like a base.
1,000 TT.
Oh,
I don't know the
what
the
you
price
talking
of
about?
like. Oh, why you nibbling on
woman,
me?
you ain't.
Like a used one.
How
I
you
don't
even
know.
get that? What we talking about?
Okay, so
Your phone came
So-
out like 2 years ago.
so that's it. Okay, so I would just.
Oh,
say
you
the-
said. Oh, you said 10. So then, okay. Well then.
Yeah. So that
Oh,
would've
okay.
been like, wait, was it? Yeah.
10 of them. 10.
10,000 TT. I would just say that because this maths not making any sense right now.
Yeah. We'll figure it out for next time. It's just. That's just life. She's being
Yeah.
attacked.
She's
By her
just
cat?
sniffing.
That's fine.
Yeah, so that would have been.
Is that for like a
actually-
logo or something?
No, that would have actually been for like a children's book, like no, that would have been like a school book. So like my friend actually got that contract and he didn't have time to do it, so he passed it on to me. And actually at that point in time he was selling his camera, which is a Canon 5D Mark III. So I was like, we're going to do a trade, right? So instead of
You have
me
a
getting the
5D?
10,000,
Here?
yeah, right in here.
Oh, you about to get robbed?
Right in here.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I would buy the camera by just like doing the book design. So I didn't really pay
So
for
he'll
it.
take the payments and then
Yeah.
he'll
So
give
it
you
was,
the camera.
it was the most that I made, but it didn't come to me in cash. It came to me in the
Yeah,
form
yeah.
of a camera, which was
It's still
a
in
good
my head. It
trade-off for
still
me.
comes to you, goes to him, and then you get this in return.
yeah.
So that's how I see it.
Yeah,
That's
it
still
was
a
a good payment.
that is a
That was a good
that's a payment.
So that was what happened with that. And yeah, that would have been the biggest payment.
Ain't that crazy?
We have work to do.
Yeah, we have work to do. I mean, well, no, I'm not walking away with that amount because I have people to pay. I got a job from a lady in the US, and I was real scared to send the price. I was like, here, what now? Let me just call this price, and if she says yes, I was like,
If she
she's
says
like,
it out of budget, then you could negotiate.
yeah. So I was like, okay, well, I could give you this was this, and I'll work with this budget, and I can take out some pictures or whatever. I sent her the invoice, and she was like, okay, I don't have this much, but I have this. I can't say because I signed stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was like, she was like, I don't have this, but I have this. And I was like, but I ain't too far off, you know. And you work with that, that's fine.
that's good.
But
And
it's
that's
like
the
a lot
thing,
of
is, like-
planning a lot of planning has been going into this.
Right.
Execution will be
By the end of the month, next month, stuff should be out.
But
I
you
don't
have
even
to
know
pay
if
people. So it's not like.
Yeah, I have to pay 2 models, a makeup artist, and an Airbnb place.
Right.
Oh, he has to get money too.
I don't value things.
Someone asked me about how much I pay him, and like I told them, I was like, it's like so much. I'm like, gosh dang, you'll be
So much. People really underestimate like our
No,
industries and
I mean,
What
he's
goes on
really
behind
he's
it?
assisting. So some people like they could take like a 200, 300 for the day. Sometimes I might like I'm giving you like what 5 sometimes, 5 sometimes more. I'm like I don't even know what to give him. So I'm like yeah, just take that so I don't
Just
feel
take
bad
it.
because you have to pay for gas and you're driving me here and picking me
Yeah, and
up.
I feel
So I'm like okay, well there's a lot of factors. I was like
yeah, and then
just take
and
that.
then thinking about like the value that he brings to what you are
Oh
doing
no, he don't
as
do anything
well.
on the shoot. He just picked me up and dropped me off.
That's the most important
Just-
thing. How you reaching? How you reaching?
Oh nah, he's helping on the shoots
How
and
you?
yeah, but when they told me, I was like, okay, I guess, do I pay him less then?
Yeah.
I thought about it for a second. I was like, do I pay him less? Like, realistically? Like, what? Like, what is $100 to $200 gonna save me per job? It's like,
Yeah.
this is not real. If it
It's
wasn't
true.
affecting me before,
I'm not going to.
I'm not going to know
Yeah.
anyway. And that was it.
That's a good partnership.
Yeah. I don't get no horrors. I just say I enjoying myself.
And I mean, for you, you're also learning, meeting people, gaining experience. So it's all us going into it.
I know what it says, but you have to minus 5 minutes from it. Because we spent 5 minutes talking
How long
about
is it?
Still on 125 minutes.
Wow.
No, that was like Scott. Scott is hour and a half.
29 minutes. I'm still.
Man, get off me.
I'm not on you.
It's so funny. So are we like breaking the record for like the longest podcast?
I mean, we could
It has to be
possibly.
by a lot.
I feel like somebody was like 140, right?
I would have to check.
I think there was like a 140.
Okay.
I don't know. I was gonna ask, what was like your favorite job to work on? You were like, yes.
Favorite job.
Like you completed it and you were like, chef's kiss.
I feel like I've had a few. So it would have been along the like when I would have done more carnival stuff.
Wait, what do you charge for an event? By the hour? Because your graphic design is different from photography.
So for
I would hope.
photography, yeah. For photography I
'Cause
would
that
have charged around the same 150.
Okay.
Yeah.
For an hour?
Yeah.
Of how much pictures? Or do you charge for pictures differently? Like, I don't know.
I would charge based on like
I charge just for seeing me and then I charge for pictures after.
I would
I'm not
charge
even
for, like,
joking,
the
I told him.
editing of the pictures. So like how many pictures would be like not really how many pictures, but like how long it would take to edit if you need pictures edited. That's how I would do it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So if it's unedited, off it 150 an hour. If it's
What?
edited, 250 an hour, type of thing.
Like okay, so how I would have done it was let me see. I haven't done like a whole lot of events either, but I would say one of the events I did was with a friend, so we actually split the cost. I'm not sure if she would have done it like by the hour, but I got paid like I think it was like 700. But this was like a 3-canal event. Was it 3-canal or what was this man's name? Why is his name not coming to me? Roy Cape. Yeah, Roy
Okay.
Cape and 3-canal and Super Blue and all these people. So I feel like she got paid a good bit for it, and I got like 700 assistant. And then when I had to do events for myself, for example, if I had to shoot like a concert, I would do like 150 an hour. Like my prices were really cheap because I was like I didn't feel like a professional photographer.
Mhm.
But I mean, when I did the job, it was good enough, but it was never like my main thing. So I was just like, I just feel so. I felt bad charging too much because I was like, what if I mess it up? Because like for me, I get really anxious when I have to do an event because for me, like photography
so much
is
moving parts.
and it's so any moment. Like with graphic design, you could go back and change.
That's why I don't really. I just feel like I'm not making anything happen.
Yeah, you
I
just
just
have
like
to
I'm
you have to
capturing.
observe and capture, and if you miss something, it's like, oh my gosh, like I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that used to get me like that used to get my anxiety up a lot, and I was just like, I don't want this to be my main thing. I don't want to like overcharge for it and then mess up a job and then like somebody complaining that I know I charged so much and they didn't get what they wanted and that kind of thing. So that used to always be on my mind when I had to do events. So I charged like 150. I remember this one time I real undercharged. So my friend would have asked me, well, not really like a girl that I went to COSTAATT with. We had a couple of classes,
Yeah.
but like his sister wanted some photography done. It was headshots for corporate headshots, right? So I asked in the email, what kind of backdrops they wanted and, what type of editing and stuff. They said, white backdrops, fine. So I got a white backdrop board from my friend and everything, set up, took all the pictures, only to get an email like a few days after saying the background was supposed to be green, and we actually did the first set of photos in another room with the green background, so we need to redo the photos using that background. I said okay, cool. Went to reshoot, send them back the invoice for the second shoot. And first of all, I charged $300 for this whole thing, right, including editing. And I was just like, this is when I had kind of now started out, and I was just like,
That's disgusting. I don't even think I've done that.
I was just
ever. like,
I knew that I undercharged, and I couldn't go back and
you
like,
feel it in your soul.
yeah, and
Yes,
I
no.
couldn't just change the invoice after that because like I already
Oh,
charged.
you know what happened to a lady that I charged? I sent her the invoice, but I sent it through Wave,
Right.
and I was like, nah, this is too low. So I changed it, so before she could see it, I changed it. Like it changed like 3 or 4
Yeah.
times before I even landed on that
and then you
price,
could
and then
see,
she
like,
saw
when
it.
she viewed it, yeah.
I was like, yeah,
That's
this
good
is
stuff.
it.
That was risky though. Trying to change the
Risk.
price.
I
Me so many times I'm like, I'm gonna do this. Okay, I don't know if I wanna do this. Wait. I'm moving up a little bit. Man, a full send and it full
Yeah,
send.
it
See
just,
what
had, it
happens.
just had to click send.
but it was real risky because it was like a regular. If it was a regular email, that was over. But
Yeah,
because
you
it was
only have,
Wave,
like, a few seconds
I could
to
have
change it.
changed it, and I was like,
Yeah.
nice.
I never tried change. I didn't actually know you could do that.
You could, so that whenever, because it's
Wow.
a link specific to them,
Mm.
like whatever they use,
It would update.
if you change, it would update.
Okay, that makes sense.
So like I tested it out after I even sent it. I was like, would it change? And I did it. Then went in my email because I sent it to send me an email and them.
yeah. And you
I was
saw
like, oh, it changed. So I
That's
could just
cool.
do this whenever I want. I was like,
yeah.
this is mini night. Nah, that's too much. Drop it down a little bit. Nah, what I'm feeling
Yeah.
too low.
I
but-
know that feeling.
Ah.
He messaged me after he's like, man, I feel a little disgusting.
I know that feeling. Especially, you see, like when you send somebody a quotation and they approve it too fast, I'll be like, maybe I should have charged some more, boy.
Yeah.
As-
As much as
as
I
that
like
I
money,
feeling.
I kind of don't want to overcharge too.
I
Like a
feel
little
like
bit.
you have to know your value. I think that's important. I know my value, and I know,
Yeah.
I know I could charge real plenty, and I would think that that's good value because I know what my client go and use.
But sometimes people
use the
just
work
like
for.
charge it because they could.
Yeah, no.
And that's what I don't want. I don't want to do. I don't
No.
want to just do that because I could do it. And I know you would pay.
I would say once the work is matching up to the price, then you shouldn't feel bad, because people pay for quality. Like
Yeah.
no matter how much people wanna beat down your price, at the end of the day, if they want quality, they would pay for the quality. They see it in brand name stuff, you see it in clothes, you see it in devices, you see it in cars, everywhere. It's the same thing with design. So yes, we have a culture in Trinidad where people, they like to be down your price, but at the end of the day, if you explain like why things cost what it costs and you could justify certain things, people would have less of a problem paying for it than you just saying, okay, there's $500, but they don't know why they're paying $500. They don't know what
Yeah, I
is
also don't
going
like
into
emails. I rather call. Because then I can
Actually,
explain why things cost the way they cost.
I prefer emails and WhatsApp, mainly emails, because I like my short-term memory is really bad.
No.
So I
Like I'll make a
forget.
note. No, I'm just talking about selling myself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
a call, I could send myself on a call and be like, hey, it's this
This will
price
go
and this is
into-
why it costs this
Yeah.
much. But email is like, some people just ask like, yo, what is the price of this? And I'm like, I don't want to send an extra long email like,
Yeah, you have
You
to
know?
find out like exactly what they want.
so,
So
and
that
sometimes
you
I
can-
try to get information from them and they're like, no, I just want to know what this costs. And I'm like, but you're very, like, everybody's different.
Everybody, they just
What you
they
want
just
is
want you
different.
to
I'm
send
like,
them a
you just price
list.
hop in.
I can't send you a price list just like that. I need to
Yeah.
know what you want. If you want a magazine, what kind of magazine? How much layout? Like
Yeah,
how
it's
many
like,
images?
oh yeah,
Do
how
I have
much
to
for like
source the
a,
images?
how much for a portrait? It's like, yes, I could tell you 500, but I don't know if this thing going on a magazine.
Yeah, and
Like,
then
I don't know where
the
this picture is
worth of it,
going,
is it
what
going
is-
to be like you just go and print it and frame it up in your house?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I need to know all these things.
You want it
so-
on a canvas? Because if you do, I could probably like handle that too. I'm
Yeah.
not doing anything.
Yeah.
So it's like
So-
I trying to make it easy for you, but I
Make
don't
it
know.
convenient, and that's also part of like you selling your value of
Okay.
saying, okay, although you mightn't be doing all the or providing the services yourself, like you can provide it to them and
Yeah.
make their life easier. So selling your value, yeah.
If you were not doing graphic design or photography,
I
also
don't know.
wait. What do you use your camera mostly for though? You said you don't do as much events
Currently,
other than collecting dust right now.
okay,
Before.
so I would have done like different types of shoots. So I would have done like
Just corporate
some
stuff.
sports photography, but some of it would have been like recreation, and some would be like actual paid stuff. So like in terms of sports, that would have been like just me carrying my cameras to like rugby games and saying, hey, I just want to shoot games and just like do that so that I can get some experience in terms of like sports photography and that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
That's
so I feel like
intense.
yeah, so and that was when I would have.
Do you know how intense
borrowed
that gets?
my
Like
friends-
internationally,
What do you mean sports photography?
sports and like big games.
Alan Crane.
It is
you know Alan
so
Crane?
intense. I don't know what the guy's name was, but I think he was talking about like Olympics.
Right.
The images, no, not that. The images are sent so quick to whatever office. They
Yeah.
have like the cameras hooked up to like a computer and that's uplinked straight to them. And it's like,
Yeah.
yo, in 2 to 3 seconds
'Cause it's like
of you
it's
taking this
connected to
picture of the
Wi-Fi.
winner, they already have it there,
Yeah.
editing. And it's like, yo,
Yeah.
the first man. I was like, yo,
Like
that's
in
real intense.
Trinidad, there's main sports photographer is a guy named Alan Crane. I met him a few times. Like he's the one. He would be by the sideline with the monopod and like the huge lens.
Yeah.
Huge lens. Yeah, that's him. And I was just like, that like it's so cool because I like sports. So I was like, okay, let me just learn a little bit of sports photography. But I would say like my camera, besides the events and maybe like a couple product photography, like I've done like just I guess recreational stuff
Mhm.
because yeah, like I haven't the last event I would have done would have been the last photography project that I would have done would have been an event that would have been at Center of Excellence, a credit union. They had an event. This was like one of the biggest events they had during COVID. Like we had all the protocols, everything, and I had to shoot that event. But besides that, I haven't really done anything, unfortunately. But I mean, if you want to shoot, if you want to do shoots, we could shoot because, as you said, it's collecting dust. So it's not really collecting dust because it's in the bag, so it's secure. But technically, it's collecting dust. Yeah.
It is. What was the question I was asking? I was asking,
Or if I wasn't doing graphic design or photography, what I
what
would
would
be
you, what would you
doing.
think you'd be doing?
I've asked myself this question and I don't know. I can't really see myself doing anything. Okay, my life. It's very, I guess, not in the creative field at all, but I feel like I could be a really good masseuse.
Okay. That's not what I was
I
expecting.
know. Like, I wanted to go and do a massage therapy course to get
Me too.
certified and stuff. Because honestly, like, your hands could do so much. And I'm just like, if my hands could just, like, make people feel good, that's like a superpower. This awkward silence. So I actually have,
I
I
don't
have
think.
a book here called the Massage Bible. That's
No, you're continuing, but you just didn't get it. It's okay.
What's that?
Just think about what you said and just take it
Massage
out of
Bible.
context.
No, I'm not taking anything out of
Okay.
context. Right? That's exactly what I said is exactly what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So,
I think that's it there. I think on that note, this was fun.
it was. So it be the record.
Yeah.
What's,
Is that what
what's
you were
time
going for?
now?
It's like 144 minus 5,
140.
139.
Let's say 140. By the time we
Yeah.
wrap up. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was fun.
It was.
I feel like Jabari barely spoke, but I spoke a lot.
I feel like both of y'all spoke.
I don't know, I just always feel like I'm always holding the mic. So I just feel like I
both
talk
of
a
y'all
lot.
spoke, yeah.
But yeah, that was Judah. This is where you
Judah.
Judah. Chrichlow.
Yes.
All right.
Good
That's
job.
it.
Good job.
That was it. I'll forget by tomorrow for sure.
That's okay.
And I'll still be saying Chrichlow.
Where did P come from?
I don't know. That's just how
Chrichlow?
that's just how I got it. Like in my head it's just
But
Judah Chrichlow. That's a cool name.
where's the P?
I don't know. Right?
Do you
Listen,
see it?
Just
like,
stop like arguing and plug the socials so that
Oh
we can go
yeah.
home.
Okay, so
You have like 5 and I can't keep up.
I kind of do. I have so my personal is Lion
If you want to
of
see her
Judah
face,
868. Yeah.
you go follow Lion of Judah 868. If you want to see her graphic design work, you go to
Graphic
LOJ_designs.
Designs. I haven't posted on.
If you want to see her illustrations, you go to Muse dot 868 and
photography
photograph. I don't know about that one.
is
You lost me there.
LOJ_photography.
And if you want to see her cat's pages.
I have to make a
Oh, you don't?
page.
I thought you did. That
No,
was
I
like.
didn't. I'm just I have too many pages. That's my thing right now.
Oh,
I already
okay.
have so many, and I'm really
And
not
one more would
keeping
be
up.
devastating.
Yeah, because I'm just like, that's one more page I'm not being consistent posting on. So, yeah.
Okay, well, if you want to see her cat,
It'll probably
then
be like Life of Leo or Living with
I feel like
Leo
Life of Leo is
or
a thing.
something. Is already a thing?
I think so.
Or Living with Leo.
That might be a thing.
Yeah.
Well, then y'all could just stop by to her
She's so
house.
cute. Stop by
and-
where?
Oh. And see
Just stop by where?
Leo.
No, you would see Leo on my personal Instagram.
Oh, okay.
At
Leo was really
Lion
the
of
real reason why we
Judah.
came here, actually.
I realized that.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
There
'cause
was
I know
like
you
no
want a
other.
cat.
I do. But I can't maintain one right now.
Yeah, she's so cute.
If I were home, like when I'm beginning to be more home, and you know,
Yeah,
The
because
freelance work flying.
She's got lonely when I leave here. She's crying thing.
yeah, I can't be like I'm out of the house for like 6.5 to 8 hours at a time.
I mean, they'll probably be sleeping during the day anyway.
Yeah, but
so
just like I want to be there, and I want to see you grow
I guess.
and stuff like that. But that's it. That's
Aw.
enough. That's Judah. We'll see y'all next week. All right, I forgot us.
Outro.
Man, y'all already know our socials. Y'all go follow Judah. That's it. We'll see y'all next
We
week.
have an
This was
outro?
fun. No, we don't have an outro, but that is it from Jabari and Jabari and
And Judah.
from the #1 dying
Triple
podcast
J.
in the world.